guys? Welcome to the CHP Paranormal Investigation Adventure. This one's going to be a little bit different. We decided we were going to try the... How do you say the name of it?
It's Randonautica.
The Randonautica App. And we're here in Oldsmar. I haven't turned on my phone yet. So I'm getting ready to turn on my phone and see where this app is going to take us. Now, this has become a very big thing on YouTube.
It's definitely trending right now.
So, and I've watched a couple videos. People have been finding stuff at these random places. So, like I said, I was watching a few of them, saw it, downloaded the app, and was like, you know what? I want to try it out.
We did agree on one thing, though. Even using this app the way it is, we are not going to start it from our personal home. We agreed on a starting point location. So we are in a parking lot in Oldsmar at the moment.
Yes.
So, and we're going to go on an adventure.
All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my phone now. Give me a second. All right. We go ahead and show you guys. I'm opening up the app right now. Go ahead and show.
And this app it's not a pre-programmed destination. You open it, you kind of have your intent of what you're looking for when you start it. And let me zoom in a little bit on that for you guys. And when you start it, it gives you coordinates and GPS, which you follow.
All right, so our intentions right now is,
a little bit of adventure.
Yeah, a little bit of adventure, paranormal, hopefully, and treasure hunting.
Yeah, we'd like to find something cool, hopefully with some history.
So here we go. I'm going to hit start.
And right now it's finding us a location.
Okay. It's found us one, so I'm going to hit here.
I'm going to zoom back out. Now we're going to focus on the adventure. We'll worry about the location when we get there.
All right. So we're going to be recording as we're driving, because that's part of the adventures. Is the drive. So
we're gonna be on low light for this one, guys, just because technically, you're not supposed to have your lights on while you're driving like this.
Yes.
And
we don't want to blind the driver.
Don't want to blind the driver, and well, I don't want to pay the driver's ticket. So
following this
hopefully that light is not too much for you. It says we're 3 minutes away.
Yeah, saying we got a 3-minute drive ahead of us.
Interesting.
So
now, should it take us somewhere we can't access or something to that degree, we may just have to reset and try again, because that does happen from what we've seen of other videos.
Yes, and even the app gives you warnings not to go on any private property or any place that says no trespassing. We're also not into breaking any laws or anything of that nature, so we're going to make sure that we follow the rules and only go to, hopefully it takes us to a place that we could actually go to and look around and see what it wants us to find. And part of what we're doing is seeing if, I hate to say it this way, but, sometimes people on YouTube do things to make their videos more exciting, so they set things up, or they have somebody to play stuff or do stuff So we're just trying to see if maybe, you know, this is the real deal. It's taking us someplace to actually go find something.
I mean, we have heard so much as people have actually even found a dead body at the end of their location. Now, I prefer not to find that one. I prefer not to find anything that would cause me to have to call law enforcement in any way, shape, or form, to be personally honest. We're just, like I said, looking for a little adventure and maybe a neat little antique find with some type of paranormal attachment of some kind.
Yeah, so I mean, we're always hoping for paranormal activity with our videos, no matter what we do. But I mean, sometimes it's neat to just explore places and have just a little adventure, like tonight. You know, and depending on how this one goes, we'll probably do a couple of them. Me and Grady might do a couple daytime during the day.
Sometimes these could be better left for daytime explorations for the simple fact that, you know, if this takes you somewhere that has you hiking out to a location in the woods, you may not want to be doing that at night because you want to be prepared for who or what might be in your surroundings. And when you're using an app that's taking you to an unknown location with no real knowledge of what the app does or who created it, there's a little
so
unexpected.
It's saying that
Where are we? We are at Forest Lakes Elementary.
Yes, and I'm gonna find a.
So this is telling us to continue.
No,
I see we're not at the actual location.
We kind of passed. I'm just looking for a place to kind of turn around.
I'm not sure that this is someplace we are going to be able to enter.
I'm having a hard time with the light, though, hon.
I can fix that.
Thank you.
I'm not sure this is someplace we're going to be able to actually enter to get to the exact coordinates of what it's saying. We may have to reset here and try again.
I don't know.
We're gonna see.
When I get back closer to where it's pointing us at this location, where this red dot is actually saying to go, we shall see. That light is really making it difficult for me to.
I'm gonna go lights out on my camera momentarily, guys, to make it easier for him to navigate. I just saw some kind of animal scurry that way.
Alright, so what I'm looking at is...
Is it wanting us to be in this field somewhere?
No, I think it's wanting us to be actually over there somewhere.
Let me see. We're kind of right on top of it, just about.
I'm thinking it's saying over there. I'm gonna pull into that little plaza over there.
It feels, I don't know.
I feel like if we go and park that little place right there. Oh, past the entrance again. That's how you do it.
Oops. And this is part of the adventure portion.
Yeah, we come into a
Driving in circles until you find the dot.
Yeah, so we pull into the fire station.
Did I not say avoid law enforcement of any type?
So, alright, try this again. Make sure I don't pass this little entrance. entrance right here. Like I said, the red dot was showing us over here. So
I see some fencing. If you want to take it with you and maybe walk that way a little bit.
alright.
The...
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep our headlights on too while I do this.
Take your... No, you want to take your navigation with you, or are you just going to explore that direction?
I'm just going to explore this direction. Like I said, guys, this seems to be the area where it's telling us to look. So I'm going to come over here. And anything that kind of looks out of place, like that right there kind of looks out of place. So this is part of the adventure, because there's, like I said, they leave stuff for you to people have found stuff, and there's a reason why it sent us to this location. So I'm looking to see if there's anything out of place. This is the area where it told us to go. So I'm going to look thoroughly. Ooh, almost ran into the spider web. And hopefully it wasn't telling me that I have to go in there, because I can't go in there. I don't want to get in trouble for tripping any alarms, so but this was the area it said to come to. Okay, so I'm not finding anything out of the ordinary right now. So now there shouldn't be any cuts in this video, even if we change locations. But our camera, we did learn the other night, our new camera does cut off in like the 20-minute mark. So, but Okay. So all right. Okay. Good chance that it was telling us to go into that fenced area.
Okay.
So
We're gonna have to scrub this one and reset.
yeah, we're gonna have to scrub this one and reset. So
Not a crisis. Now, what's this you choose at the beginning when you start it?
I chose a 10,000 meter radius.
Okay. What's the other choices?
Well, it doesn't allow you. I haven't figured out how to really get any of those. So, alright, so our intentions are still the same.
So we're seeing if we can't get a new location. I mean, part of me doesn't wonder if this is like a workable thing, perhaps, where people have a way to go in, set coordinates, and hide little nuggets of here and there for people to find, like a Easter egg or some type of hunt in that kind of way, but you never know.
No, you just,
It's definitely an interesting app for sure. Is that taking us somewhere different?
yeah.
Alright. We officially have a different location. We're going to try it out.
So it's 10 minutes away from where we're at.
Sorry if it gets dark, guys. I still don't want to turn on this light and blind our driver here. Probably another good reason to do something like this during the daytime. But we felt a little adventurous this evening and decided to give it a shot.
Yeah. Let's see where it brings us. I mean, like I said, we've seen quite a few other YouTube channels that we're subscribed to using this app, and they found some pretty cool stuff, and I was like, you know what, like I said, I want to give this a try. So
We're not going to stay out too late this evening. I do have to work in the morning.
yes.
So we're going to try this one last location, I think. And hopefully find a little something. And maybe even if we don't actually find an object, try a little spirit box session at the location to see what we can get. And maybe even the Mel meter to see if there's any type of activity there. And we'll just gonna kind of wing it. Wonder if you can use this app to decide on where to eat. I'm just saying. Everybody likes food, right?
Yeah. There we go.
So we are at this point approximately 5 minutes from our second location that we're trying. Things are starting to look a little more remote, which is not necessarily a bad sign considering our intent and what we're looking for.
Sorry about that little stoppage right there. Like I told you, we found out that our camera cuts off in 20 minutes.
I'm going to kind of take this off to... There we go. I mean, and there's always a possibility that we reach a location that perhaps someone else has already made it to using this app, and they've already found what was there to find. I mean, there's no guarantee.
Yeah, that's true too. So, I mean, it's all about the hunt.
I think that's part of what makes this such an interesting experiment and a fun exploration when you have the time and availability to do so. I still highly recommend making sure you have some form of protection on yourself, because you don't know where it's going to lead you, and if you're going to follow all the way through with it and go where it tells you to go, you know, you got to be prepared for the possibility of anything being at the end of that rainbow.
Yes, and the app does say to do this with somebody.
Yeah, so, please don't go alone.
Yeah, don't go at this alone. Because you really have no idea what the intent of the designer of this app was. Like we told you before, that people have been finding body parts, dead bodies, just weird, out of place stuff. And if it's to be believed, one YouTuber did find a bag of money, and there was a note in it, and while they were reading the note in their car, somebody dressed all in black came running at their car, and they had a haul ass.
There have been complaints from other YouTubers and people, period, that have done this, that felt like they reached their location, and after leaving their location, felt as if they were being followed.
Yes.
It's not to take a dig at the creator of the app. It may just be part of the experience. But in anything you do, whether you know where you're going or you're taking the adventure and taking the risk, be safe about it.
Yeah, and not only just be safe, but be smart about it also. Because you really, whether you're doing, if we were just doing our regular paranormal investigating or something like this, you got to be smart about it.
Yeah. Even if you know where you're going, take precautions. Like we make sure we go in pairs. If we're checking out an abandoned home or something to that effect, we clear the home first. There's always the possibility of that X factor that you didn't consider, and you should. Now it looks like this thing wants us to park and go into a wooded area.
Yes.
The only unfortunate thing I see about that is we are surrounded by private property. And I personally am not going to cross through anybody's private property to go into a wooded area. I mean, not that I mind going into a wooded area. We do it all the time. I'm just not going to, in the middle of the night, cross through somebody's private property unwelcomed and unexpectedly. That's a good way to get yourself hurt, arrested, and a number of other things.
Yeah.
And I do see the wooded area back there that it's looking at, but it looks like, unfortunately, we may have a scrub on this mission.
And they said that this has happened to quite a few other YouTubers, that they had to do 2 or 3 of these at a time.
Yeah, and it's just the way it is. I mean, granted, as YouTubers, 9 times out of 10, they could go out and film 20 hours of footage, and you're going to end up with a 20 to 30 minute video because that just happens to be the one that panned out and made for good content.
Yes.
You know, the content we put out to entertain and for you to enjoy. So obviously we're not going to put out 2 hours of us driving or hiking in circles to find a location when we can give you 30 minutes of here's where we are, here's what we found, and how cool is this?
So we're going to try this last location here. This is going to definitely be the last one for the night. Hopefully it pans out for us. And if not, we tried, and we'll go at it again when we have a little bit more time.
And possibly during the daytime when we can find a little more access to some of these points.
Yes.
Because this definitely does seem to be more of a daytime activity.
Definitely interesting though, just because you don't know exactly where you're going to land and end up.
Oh, most definitely. Sometimes it's not the destination, it's the trip that's the interesting part.
Yes, definitely.
And the not knowing 100% adds a bit of a thrill factor. Yeah.
But definitely, I hope that this next location brings us something.
If not, that's okay. This isn't the end of it for us. It's the end of the night, but not the end of attempting this adventure, because we are definitely intrigued by the prospect of what this could bring and what type of entertainment we can be able to provide with this new up and coming trend.
And it's definitely a trend that came out of nowhere, sort of, because I mean, we've been doing the YouTube thing for a while now, and you know, this was a pretty fast becoming trend.
Yeah.
So
Quite personally, I'd never heard of it until tonight. And I was like, well, okay, well, let's have dinner and jump in the car and go try it. As long as it's not looking for our sanity, because then we'll never get home. So at this point, we are approximately 7 minutes away from the third and final attempt on tonight's trek out. Which, sorry guys, the lens cap keeps kind of clinging around on me. Which, I wish we could do more, but at this point tonight, I'm getting pretty tired, and I do have to be up early to get to my office. Well, from the light we're at, I can hear someone very badly and off-key singing from their car. Thankfully, that is not the destination. But they're going for it with gusto.
They definitely are.
So, from that sign, I just saw where we've ended ourselves up in West Chase.
Yep.
Let's go see what the bougie have in store for us. goodness for GPS, because I have no urge at this point in time to be lost in suburbia hell.
At this point, we are about 5 minutes, it says, from our destination.
And we are running low on battery.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, the camera hasn't been charged since our outing Saturday. It's binking.
Wait a second, if need be, we could plug in. We can take the cord out of my phone and plug it in to the camera.
We'll know momentarily. We're not far off, so truly, if need be, we could switch to recording with one of the phones
Yeah.
if we manage to.
Alright, so we cannot get to this last location.
We are now at the dead end of a gated community, which we obviously cannot get into. So I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. 3 for 3. 3 strikes were out. Tonight's attempt was a dud. But I'm going to let my husband here real quick. Whoop, before you start driving. I'm going to let my husband here real quick say goodnight.
Alright, guys. Well, even though tonight was a bust, it was still kind of fun to try this out. You know, so with that being said, thank you guys for joining us. You could follow us on our Facebook page at CHP Paranormal Investigation. You could follow Bella on her Instagram at Bella the Ghost Hunting Dog. You could also follow us on Twitter at CHP Paranormal Investigations. And if you or a friend have a place that you think is got paranormal activity and would like somebody to come out and investigate it, and you'd like us to come out, you could always email us at chp.paranormal.16@gmail.com. That's chp.paranormal.16@gmail.com. Thank you guys for joining us on this adventure, and I'll see you at the next haunt.
Bye, guys.